Figueroa. That was last July in San Antonio. And we also hoped, by the way, that he wouldn't get hit as much. We don't want to see that, but it might happen. Could be a good scrap here. Arakawa versus Jorge Linares. Let's get back ringside with Moro.
All right, Brian, incredibly, Japan's Nihito Arakawa was ready to get back to work in the gym just 2 weeks after his time capsule deal with Omar Figueroa. His trainer told him, hey, you've earned a break. Take a little more time off after absorbing 480 of Figueroa's punches. Arakawa, who was christened the Japanese Rocky by American fans, quipped at the fighter meeting that he'd be willing to eat 481 punches tonight as long as he records the victory. His opponent, former featherweight and super featherweight champion Jorge Linares, is a Venezuelan fighter who has lived in the land of the rising sun for the last 11 years. He trained for this fight right here in Las Vegas. He was scheduled to challenge WBA lightweight titleist Richard Abril last November, but Abril withdrew due to a leg injury.
The tail of the tape reveals to us that there is a reach advantage for Nihito Arakawa, but he wants to get inside. So will he be able to utilize that? We'll see.
All right, with the official introductions here once again is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, from the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas, we present our next special attraction. This bout is brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions, Taken Boxing Promotions, and Showtime Pay-Per-View. Sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, AT&T, Rethink Possible, and Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC, the president, Mauricio Sulaiman, supervisor, Dwayne Ford. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Tim Cheatham. Also from Las Vegas, we have Dick Houck. And from Chicago, Illinois, William Lurch. And our 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Hall of Famer Robert Byrd. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBC Lightweight World Title Eliminator. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, joining us from Tokyo, Japan. He weighed in at 134.5 pounds. His record stands at 24 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the WBC #2 lightweight in the world. Please welcome the Japanese and Oriental and Pacific lightweight champion, Nihito Arakawa. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green trunks with white trim. He is fighting out of Tokyo by way of Barinas, Venezuela. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 134.5 pounds. His record includes 35 wins, 3 losses, with 23 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked at WBC #5 contender. Please welcome the 2-time world champion known as El Niño de Oro, Jorge Linares. Once again, here's our referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Robert Byrd.
1-1.
Gentlemen, you had your instructions in the dressing room. Only thing I'm going to remind you of now is when I say stop, what that means is stop whatever you're doing. Give me a clean break. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Gentlemen, let's do this.
So we are set for what could be up to 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Jorge Linares, all 3 of his losses have been by knockout, but he is a force to be reckoned with, as is this man, Nihito Arakawa, back in the ring for the first time since his epic confrontation against Omar Figueroa. Referee Robert Byrd calls for the bell. We are underway with round number 1. Nihito Arakawa in the black, Jorge Linares in the green with white trunks. Immediately Linares attacking the body with the right hand. And Arakawa responds with a right hand to the body as well. So no feeling out process here.
Linares has faced two lefties, one a win and the other a loss to Antonio DeMarco when he was winning every round of the fight and ended up losing in the 11th round, fighting for a vacant lightweight title. Was one of those knockouts you talked about. Linares, when he's on, is as good an offensive fighter as you'll ever see.
Arakawa showing a boxer's look more. He's not quick to pressure. He's also looking to kind of set Linares up back, like he's okay with a boxing match. Let's see how it plays out.
Arakawa's recorded 3 first-round knockouts, none in his last 15 fights, however. Linares, with 23 of his 35 victories coming inside the distance, steps forward with the right hand through the guard.
Linares has a very, very good right hand. He used it to score a knockout in his last fight.
Break! Break!
Linares started boxing at the age of 6, went 89-5 as an amateur. Arakawa, rather late to the game, starting at 19, but a very limited amateur record. Just 5 fights, went 4-1 as he tags Linares with the right hand, the southpaw moving forward, and that's something that we'll have to be very cognizant of throughout the fight, Paulie. Anytime you get an orthodox versus a southpaw fighter, you have to be careful of the clash of heads.
Yep, or the trips. I'll watch for those too when they trip.
Under a minute left in the opening round. There's a nice right hand over the top by Linares.
That's a great counterpunch after Arakawa had thrown the straight left. Well, we know Arakawa has an amazing chin. We saw it against Figueroa. But Linares is a power puncher.
Yeah, Arakawa went down twice against Figueroa. Has been down a total of 5 times in his career. Linares has been knocked down 4 times, including against Sergio Thompson, who we just saw record the win over Ricardo Alvarez. Thompson stopping Linares in the 2nd round of their fight back in March of 2012.
I'll tell you, Arakawa, I don't know if he's winning the round, but he's showing some defense here, more so than he showed in the Figueroa fight. Stepping back when he has to and feinting here and there.
He's traditionally an outboxer. He said that he was forced to change his style against Figueroa because he felt that's what the American fans wanted.
Time!
For Jorge Linares, the keys to victory include these. He's got to throw combinations in this fight. He's a terrific combination puncher. Once things in the center of the ring, he doesn't want to be pushed against the rope, and the right hand is a tremendous power punch for him. As for Nihito Arakawa, he has not yet been able to push Linares against the ropes effectively, but that is something that he definitely wants to do, and has to stay busy, and he wasn't very busy in the first round. And I think he's got to get it to the later rounds where perhaps a work rate that he has, because he's not a one-punch knockout artist, might help him.
Oh, look at El Diamante, Raul Marquez and Alejandro Luna calling the action in Spanish from ringside. So if you want to hear it in Espanol, lead left, blocked by Arakawa. Linares quickly coming out of his corner. They meet in the center of the ring. Arakawa with some upper body movement, but ate that jab from the orthodox fighter.
Yeah, Arakawa only threw 37 punches according to Showstat in round 1. He's going to have to get busier in this fight if he's going to do the job, although, as Paulie pointed out, his defense in that first round was a little better.
Stiff right hand to the body by Linares. Then he goes upstairs with the right. Arakawa darts in with the jab to the body.
Linares, a very silky smooth boxing style. His kryptonite has really been his chin and his ability to take punishment, but really when he's on, he's a joy to watch.
Steve Farhood, our colleague, said, and if you watch a highlight reel of Linares, you'd think you're watching the most perfect offensive fighter you can possibly watch. And it's true. If you didn't know his name, you'd say that's the perfect fighter. As you Paulie pointed out, it's just been the ability, the inability to sustain against the big punchers.
Since getting stopped by Sergio Thompson, he's reeled off 4 consecutive wins, 2 of them, or make that 3 of them, coming inside the distance, including a first-round knockout win in his last fight. There's a left to the solar plexus by Arakawa.
Ironic, of course, he's fighting Arakawa Linares, who has lived in Japan for those 11 years. Often feeling kind of lost, he said, because he didn't have the right training until now with Ismael Salas. For sure feeling he's got a soulmate who understands him and somebody that's really helping him in his career. Salas, of course, coached the great Cuban teams.
Left hook to the head by Linares, the Venezuelan, and there have been some pretty decent compatriots of his coming up in the boxing ranks, including his friend and the late Edwin Valero, 4-division titleist Leo Gomez, and Antonio Espinosa.
Those left uppercuts by Linares are wicked
and real smooth, just coming right off the flow. You just don't see them coming. Arakawa more alert to the defense tonight than he was against Figueroa, but the offense is really disguised well by Linares when he throws his punches.
Half minute remaining in the second round.
Stop. You know, come here. Can't hold and hit. Don't do that.
Robert Byrd is a terrific referee. He saw that and gives the warning to Linares.
Yep, rightfully so. He was holding down with the left hand.
10 seconds left in the second.
Time.
Abner Mares, the former champion in 3 weight divisions, talk he may be moving up to 130 pounds. But I'm sure in the back of his mind he would like to exact revenge against Johnny Gonzalez as well in one of the big upsets of last year.
Knocked out in the very first round in that fight, but we can move forward, and we may still see a rematch of them, but he'll move up the weight first.
Little water for the mouth. Breathe with me, nice and deep. The only threat is that you have to switch it up a little bit. How are you feeling? You already saw it. That's all he has. You've seen everything. No.
Round 3 underway. Jorge Linares has vied for the WBC lightweight title in the past in 2011 as Arakawa and Linares off to a fast start here in round 3. He faced Antonio DeMarco, was favored to win, dominated most of the fight, but it ended with a sensational come-from-behind knockout win for DeMarco. So here in the lightweight title eliminator, Linares once again hoping for a crack at the championship. But I know Arakawa would probably welcome a rematch with Omar Figueroa, and I'm sure the fans wouldn't mind either.
Arakawa trying to up the pressure now, but it's a lot more difficult to find Linares. He's adept defensively. His style is so smooth, both offensively and defensively. He's not just going to allow Arakawa to walk in like that.
Right hook to the head by Arakawa as we look at the power punches so far in the fight, and Linares with a landslide edge.
Well, and the most staggering part of that is that Linares has landed 68% of his power punches. That's spectacular.
And what do they say if you land over 50% of your power punches in a fight?
You're doing really well. So
to Arakawa's credit, though, some of the power that's landed on him, he's kind of rolled with and gone with the momentum of the punch, so taking the sting off of it. Regardless, though, he's got to be able to land his own offense at Linares, and it hasn't happened yet. At least not consistently.
Coming up on the midway point of the third round. Now Arakawa upping the pressure.
And this is what you have to do to Linares. This is where he's been the kryptonite right here. When you start to touch Linares up, he seems to fade a lot faster than your average fighter when he gets hit. Yeah, it's been the kryptonite. He's such a talented fighter, but he just doesn't have the ability to take too much punishment.
Yeah. Oh, a right hand to the body by Linares, and a left hook to the body by the Venezuelan fighter. Final 60 seconds of the third. Arakawa going upstairs, feinting the jab. Straight left to the torso. Linares resetting. Arakawa popping them with a couple of left hands. Right hand bounces off Arakawa's shoulder. There was a left uppercut by Linares that connected. The lead right hook to the head by the southpaw Arakawa. Comes over the top with the left hand, but misses the uppercut.
So you don't think Arakawa won this round either, but he's succeeded. Oh, good shots by Linares. He succeeded in making Linares just a bit more uncomfortable than he has been.
Well, we are watching Arakawa against Linares. It was last July in San Antonio where we saw Arakawa and Omar Figueroa in a fight for the ages. Figueroa and Arakawa going toe-to-toe. Figueroa just jarred his jaw there with a right hand. It's Figueroa with the power. And Arakawa takes a knee momentarily. Figueroa stuns him with the right hand. Left and right, Figueroa the ropes, keeping Arakawa up. Arakawa looks to be hurt again, but fighting back. Arakawa continues to unload on Figueroa along the ropes. This has been a brawl. Omar Figueroa, Nihito Arakawa, thank you.
Arakawa really is the very definition of the word warrior, and that great chin could serve him well tonight, Paulie.
Yeah. He's able to, slip some of the punches as he has a little bit, withstand the offense of Linares and get to him as he started to get to him here. Again, Linares' kryptonite is his ability to take punishment. He really does not take punches well like you would expect of a fighter of his caliber.
Good start for Arakawa here in round number 4. Walking down Linares. Linares countering.
And if Linares has a problem once in a while, it's he stays in the pocket too long. His combinations are so beautiful. It's almost like he falls in love with his own combinations and stays in there too long. And the return starts to happen. He starts to receive the return more and more as the fight wears on. Let's see. If he receives enough pressure, let's see if he falls into that habit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Very well put.
Arakawa walking down Linares in close. Linares rips off the right and left to the body. Arakawa leaning in. Another vicious right hand to the body by Linares. Now beginning to open up, but Arakawa doing a good job of moving his head.
I like how Arakawa did not give ground there. Mentally staying on top of Linares, it's that mental pressure, even if he's not landing anything. Yeah. Not giving that ground.
And because Arakawa has such an incredible chin, you know he's going to still be there. And that's why I said in the keys, just get it to the later rounds. There's a nice left hand by Arakawa.
We're past the halfway point of round number 4. Arakawa Linares attacking the body.
For physical talent, Arakawa cannot match Linares, so he's got to get to him mentally and make him panic.
Oh, a 3-punch combination with the right hand right down the middle by Linares.
That's the kind of thing Linares wants to land to keep Arakawa off him. If Arakawa can answer right back, again, it mentally gets in Linares' head. Linares escapes well there, though.
Good footwork by Linares, pivoting away from Arakawa. Under a minute left in the 4th round. And again, a 3-punch combination by Linares. Ripping off those combos and spurts.
For physical talent, it's tough to match Linares. You got to get to him in other ways.
45 seconds left in the round.
Stop, I got stop. Step out, step out. You go.
For 15 months, Ismael Salas has been working with Linares, the trainer who worked with the great Cuban amateurs, and he told us very impressed with what Linares is capable of doing in the ring.
Not surprisingly, he said Felix Savon was the best fighter he's ever worked with.
It's pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah. Imagine what he could have been as a pro.
Yeah. A monster puncher Felix Savon was.
Oh, my.
Beautiful combinations here in round 4 for Jorge Linares as we are about to reach the end of this 4th frame here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Lightweight action.
You're losing some of the points. Keep the guard up. You're losing some of those points.
The bell and round 5. We saw highlights of the epic confrontation between Arakawa and Omar Figueroa. How's this for a scary thought, guys? Arakawa says that the Figueroa fight wasn't even the toughest of his career. He says that a razor split decision win over Jay Solmiano in October of 2011 at the famous Korakuen Hall in Tokyo was his toughest. I want to see tape of that fight.
That's for sure. How many punches did he take there? Linares off to a quick start this round. You know, Arakawa is in off the longest layoff of his career, 7.5 months. But, of course, it's good in this case because
well deserved.
He took so much punishment.
And there's a right hand right through the guard by Linares.
No, he's got a good chin, man. That opening combination Linares threw was capped by a monster uppercut. Razor sharp. And Arakawa took it and kept coming forward, trucking along.
Arakawa has Linares momentarily on the ropes, but Linares, the veteran, circling away again. Hits the right hand through the guard. You heard Arakawa's corner saying to keep his guard up. Linares sneaks a right hand to the midsection.
And at 32, to take the kind of punishment he did against Figueroa and come back from it is very, very tough. And he's still in this fight. You know, he's not winning rounds, but as Paulie pointed out, he's engaging Linares and keeping some kind of pressure on him.
You know, considering everything Linares has been through in his career, former featherweight and super featherweight champion, has been involved in some terrific battles like the one that may be beginning to materialize here against Arakawa. He's only 28 years old.
An 11-year veteran already of the sport.
Oh, another nasty right hand to the body by Linares.
Yeah, he's starting to invest in the body a little bit. Maybe he's trying to slow down the pressure Arakawa was bringing.
Lead left hook by Linares. There's a couple of straight left hands by Arakawa, and again, not known as a power puncher, hoping to wear down Linares with his activity.
You know, that's where Arakawa wants Linares on the ropes, but Linares has done a great job of wheeling off those ropes and keeping the fight off the ropes in the center of the ring.
Arakawa attacking the body with the left, probing jab. Linares just misses with that short right uppercut. There's another combination from Linares. And he's done a great job of executing his combos. Arakawa really unable to do much in that department, Paulie.
Yeah, you know.
Although he lands a nice combination there.
Linares, for the most part, is a good defense, but Arakawa is trying to be stubborn with that pressure, and at times he's able to trap Linares. Again, the thing with Linares is he's a little bit different. You know, don't forget DeMarco was well behind when he came back and stopped him. So there's always that chance with Linares because he doesn't take punishment well if you can get to him late in the fight.
We're headed to round 6.
That's all. It's a big F, though.
Leo Santa Cruz getting ready to defend his title for the second time. Coming up against Christian Mijares. You talk about a pressure fighter, all action. And the love affair between Leo Santa Cruz and boxing fans continues to grow by the minute.
Paulie referenced an uppercut that came on the end of a combination from Linares, and here it is, left uppercut. He's been throwing that punch throughout this match. That landed so perfectly, and did Arakawa even buckle? Here we go.
Let's go. Keep with the threat. Listen to me. You're winning the fight, but you can't stay there so that he hits you. Let's try up the mitts.
We are set for round 6 at his best. The Venezuelan Jorge Linares, a supreme sharpshooter who is tough to hit. Arakawa wanting to do his best to do just that as he starts round 6 quickly on the attack. There's a left hook to the body by Linares. Right hook upstairs by Arakawa.
Come up. Stop.
You know, when you have a chin like Arakawa, and you are not going to get hurt, it allows you to keep this pressure, even if you don't land a lot of punches. And as you point out, Paul, it's the mental pressure.
Yeah, and I think that's why Linares has started to invest more in body shots.
Yep.
He's not really liking the pressure either. He's trying to slow down the amount of pressure he's receiving. He's winning, but mentally it's a battle you fight within yourself when you're being pressured this much.
Looking at our unofficial scores from the Showtime trio.
We are all in total agreement. We gave every round so far to Linares. It's a pretty easy fight to score at this juncture.
Get off his neck. Stop.
And in the last, so far, coming into this round, Linares had doubled the amount of body punches landed by Arakawa, 35-17, and he is continuing to invest there.
Watch your heads.
Right hook to the body by the southpaw Arakawa. Combination upstairs by Linares.
Starting to be fought on the inside more. A little better for Arakawa. The geography of this fight getting a little better for him.
Linares utilizing his footwork.
That's a
Broken jab.
That's what Arakawa wants, and you never know. Maybe he's slowing down the legs of Linares by bringing all this pressure.
Lead left hook to the head by Linares as they clinch, leaning into each other. Now Arakawa wanting to batter away at the body, but it's Linares just missing with that left hook. Short left uppercut by Arakawa, but he gets tagged with another right hand to the body. So at close quarters, like Al said, under a minute left. Arakawa wanting to unload, but it's Linares who's got the power edge.
Yeah, you gotta love how Linares finds space to throw even those body shots on the inside.
Great. And a cut, it appears to be over the right eye of Nihito Arakawa. Great combination by Linares. Oh, there's the left hand by Arakawa, however, on the counter.
No. Step out. Let me go.
Remember, I put in the keys combination punching for Linares. When he does it, he's dazzling.
Final 15 seconds of the 6th round. Straight right hand by Linares. Looping the overhand left by Arakawa. And they are going at it to the bell. Christian Mijares preparing for his shot at another championship. A former champion at 115 pounds. He fell short in a controversial split decision loss to Victor Terrazas, the same Victor Terrazas that Leo Santa Cruz defeated to win the title. So Mijares at 32 looking to become a champion one more time.
You gotta feint more. He doesn't like the feint. You gotta get the timing done. Okay, the cut's fine, just a little bit. Go brawl with him.
Dry up, Brad, dry up.
Nice crowd beginning to fill in here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena for toe-to-toe still to come. Leo Santa Cruz defending his championship against Christian Mijares, and then the main event between Canelo Alvarez and Alfredo Angulo as Linares again attacking the body with the right.
Jorge Linares, a fascinating guy, multicultural, from Venezuela, lives in Japan, is fluent in Japanese, has an American girlfriend who only speaks English to him. He said, sometimes I feel like I'm caught in 3 or 4 different cultures.
Can't even imagine.
Oh, nice left uppercut by Linares on Arakawa's jaw. And Arakawa, as we saw against Figueroa, despite being dropped twice.
The left uppercut has been one of the preferred offensive weapons.
And there's another one from long distance. He almost swims in with it, Paulie, from an interesting angle.
But it's off of a nice flow. It's just hard to explain, you know, when these punches come from different angles and they come right off the flow, right off his rhythm, it's hard to anticipate them on defense.
When one interesting oddity that Arakawa has fought all of his 10-year career as a lightweight, which is rare these days.
Beautiful body combination by Linares, but his face also beginning to show
I got you.
the markings of a tough battle here against Nihito Arakawa's referee, Robert Bird. Admonishing Linares for pushing Arakawa, manages to find a home for that right hand as Arakawa goes to the belt line with the left hand. There's a right uppercut to the body, another blistering combination by Linares.
Arakawa just keeps trucking along, total poker face.
Yeah, you would never know one way or the other whether anything had an impact on him. And we talked about Linares being a fascinating guy. Nihito Arakawa with a great sense of humor. What a delightful guy outside the ring.
Was doing a stand-up comedy routine at the fighter meetings as he eats that left uppercut.
You know, for a fight in which I think we all agree probably Linares has won every round, but it's been fun to watch because Arakawa has hung in there and pressured.
Coming on the heels of a thrilling lightweight battle that we saw in our opener, Sergio Thompson on short notice defeating Ricardo Alvarez, and here are a couple of other lightweights putting on a good show, although it turns into a wrestling match momentarily as Linares wanted to employ that side headlock. Arakawa fishing for the jab. And again, meets Arakawa on the way in with that left uppercut. Final 10 seconds of the 7th round. Arakawa walking down Linares. There's a lead left hand, but he eats another left uppercut.
That was maybe Arakawa's best punch of this fight, though.
Linares looked at him at the end of the round like, man, stop. Stop pressuring me.
Enough already. Well, the left uppercut, we've been talking about it. It's not a conventional weapon for all fighters, but there again, a demonstration of what Paulie said, the punch delivered kind of in the flow of action. And here's the combination punching by Linares.
Started off of the defense, actually, on a catch and shoot as he blocked the body shot. And then usually a catch and shoot is one punch offense coming right back. Linares does it in combination. Again, it takes some extra skill there.
Que se quede de guindado. Oíste. La derecha con la izquierda y la izquierda con la derecha. Dame la nariz un segundito. Vamos. Oíste, vamos allá. Sí, límpiate los guantes,
Linares holding up very well physically and, dare I say, mentally.
His face is showing some signs of wear and tear.
Both of them are, as they go toe-to-toe again here, and this time it's Arakawa with a front face lock almost. So some wrestling going on here between these two lightweights, in addition to plying their craft as professional prize fighters. 30 seconds gone in the 8th round.
Punch it out, punch it out.
Some swelling underneath that right eye still of Arakawa now. It's starting to maybe could be a factor in terms of his vision pretty soon.
And they continue to grapple. Wow. Lightning quick 3-punch combo there from Linares. On the ropes and utilizing his footwork. And now Arakawa opening up, but eats a left hook counter from Linares. Linares attacking the body nicely. As Arakawa wanting to open up Linares' body by going to the head pull.
Yeah, he's trying to just hit him anywhere he can once he gets close to him. He's trying to break him down little by little. And there's a good shot there on the counter, no less.
And you know, for those that know Linares and have watched him fight and remember the DeMarco fights, there's the offense. You wonder though, you still wait for something to land against him and change things. Even in the middle of all this dazzling offensive display.
And that's the thing about Linares. I mean, I remember the DeMarco fight. It's just like suddenly he just crumbled, you know? I mean, he was in control, looking dazzling and spectacular, and then suddenly DeMarco just started taking charge out of nowhere. So, you know, it leaves hope for a guy like Arakawa that the pressure, hopefully for his own sake, what he might be thinking is he can get to him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice left uppercut on the tail end of that combination by Linares, and the straight right hand connects, but Arakawa continues to just walk through these bullets from Linares.
And Linares is offensively, he's performing beautifully.
Mixing up his attack as Arakawa peppering them upstairs, but again they clinch. Referee Bird allowing them to do so. Hopefully they will separate as they did, as Linares again targets the body before going upstairs with the right. Arakawa putting that right hand in Linares' face before going to the body.
Get off his neck.
coming up on the final 30 seconds of the 8th round.
Stop, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you.
Final 15 seconds of the 8th round. Linares pivots away from the ropes. Again, they clinch as referee Bird breaks them up. Heading to the 9th round as Arakawa with the flurry. Linares coming back.
Linares cut, guys. Linares cut. That's a bad cut.
You're good.
It's over the right eye.
Oye, un asalto y ya somos campeones. Un asalto y ya. Oíste, lo único que ponte fuerte, coño, que lo que está haciendo lo está haciendo bien. Sube la mano y mueve el tronco. Okay, vamos allá.
We will see where we believe it. Oh, yes, there's the clash of heads. Now, we're going to have to find out whether it was called that by referee Robert Bird. It was not on his side. It was on his blind side where he couldn't see it.
And the crazy thing is, Arakawa came with a combination right afterwards. Yes. So if Robert Bird missed it, you really can't fault him. He might think it came from that combination.
Absolutely. You could understand him not seeing it. We'll try and get the ruling on that.
So, a clash of heads produces a cut over the right eye of Jorge Linares as the penultimate round of the scheduled 10-rounder begins here in Vegas. Arakawa now targeting him with the jab. Linares utilizing his footwork, but eating those body shots.
All right, I got to stop. Step out, step out, step out, step out. I got a butt, got a butt.
Yep, referee Bird just letting the ringside officials know that it was a butt.
Okay, so that means, of course, that Linares, if it stopped because of that cut, he would not lose this fight. They would go to the scorecards.
Now the question is he talking about a butt that just took place now, or?
Oh, that's a good question.
It seems like it's spurred on Arakawa even more. He's trying to bring that pressure. He sees blood.
They're exchanging body blows. A minute gone in the 9th.
And again, here's where...
Oh, nice counter right hand by Linares. Sorry, Al.
The mental toughness of Linares is important to him.
Oh, I got you,
and he says that he's
I got you.
He said he's a different man now. And we have been told, Jim Gray checked with the commission, and it was an accidental clash of heads. And so, as we said, if the fight should be stopped because of that cut, they would go to the scorecards.
And now Arakawa's right eye beginning to swell more and bleeding as well. So a blood and guts battle here between Arakawa and Linares, both of them showing the vestiges of what has been a war of attrition.
So Arakawa making some reputation for himself, huh?
Yes.
Another fight where he might be on the short end of it, but where he and his opponent end up bloodied.
Teeing off on each other at close quarters. Under a minute left in the 9th round.
He's telling Linares to bring it.
Yep.
If Nihito Arakawa had a little more power, he would be hell on wheels today. Still is.
Speaking of wheels, Linares has used his wheels a little less this round.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, he's languishing on the inside.
Series of punches by Linares under 30 seconds left in the 9th round. Linares seemingly getting off first, initiating the offense.
Arakawa should not accept that clinch. It's Linares' way of resting. He doesn't have the legs to use anymore, so he's trying to clinch now after he throws a combination. Arakawa has to force him to work there.
We are headed to the 10th and final round of another terrific bout here in the lightweight division.
Let's go. One more round. There's no problem. Just keep breathing. You're the threat. You're the threat in this fight. How are you? How you doing? This is the one we want. Get strong, damn it. It's the last one. And you take it. If you win this one, you'll take the fight. Look at me in the eyes.
It's the last round. If you don't knock him down, you don't knock him out, you're not gonna win.
So a sense of urgency in the Japanese fighter's corner. Jorge Linares as we go to the 10th round. And Arakawa shot out of a cannon prior to the bell. He knows what's up.
That's how we do this thing. Yeah, let's go.
I think he was trying to catch Linares by surprise, but you got to touch gloves in the last round.
And both of them swinging for those proverbial fences. Linares with designs on getting a crack at Omar Figueroa's lightweight title. A former two-division champion, acquitting himself very well in this fight. And Nihito Arakawa, despite perhaps being behind on the scorecards, continues to build his reputation stateside.
When Arakawa was getting the instructions between rounds, he kept yelling back, just grunting. Like, I think he was trying to pump himself up to do just what he did in the beginning of the round, which was trying to charge out.
They're enjoying themselves. They each touch gloves there and smile at each other, knowing they've been in a war.
The other intriguing thing is they could speak Japanese in there if they wanted to.
They might be doing that. They have that common language.
Keep working.
You know, with over 30 trips to Japan in my career, Al, you would think I would know more than arigato. That's all I know. Thank you. That's it.
I'm a little disappointed in you.
A minute 45 left in the fight.
The voice of pride, and you can't say anything more than that.
Well, a lot of pride at stake, showcased here between Arakawa and Linares, as they have not abated whatsoever.
Let's work.
It's really interesting that a fight that could be a shutout at this point, it has provided some drama and some intrigue.
I think Arakawa may be Japanese for drama.
Arakawa has to find space in there. He's the one who needs the knockout.
Yep.
Linares clipped him with that right hand.
Linares using his legs a little bit more in this round, knowing that he's in a four-corner offense in effect at this point. Just has to stay on his feet in all likelihood to win this fight.
Coming up on the final 60 seconds of another terrific battle here between Jorge Linares and Nihito Arakawa, who eats that combination.
Linares told us he was once, he thought, not mature enough to handle situations like this. He thinks he is now, and so far, he's handling it well.
Come on, keep working, keep working.
Linares again unloading a multiple punch attack. Final 30 seconds. Down the stretch, they are coming with Arakawa trying to do his best to give it everything he's got. Not blessed with much in terms of punching power, but you cannot question his heart, nor that of Jorge Linares, as they look to be going the distance. They've gone through hell. They've made it to the final bell. Both of them seem very pleased at what they were able to provide the audience with tonight, but Jorge Linares, despite the cuts, as we look at the show stats here, Alan, very much in the favor of the Venezuelan fighter.
Linares landing at a 48% clip, which interestingly is about what he's landed in power punches in recent fights, but landing 63% of his power punches. That is pretty staggering. And of course, a big edge in terms of total number of punches landed in this match. Miguel Diaz, who did a good job on the cut in Linares' corner, should get a shout out, which I just gave him.
I'll tell you, in a crowd that's predominantly Mexican because of the main event.
Let's take a look inside the ropes, and we'll see the combination punching of Linares as throughout this fight. It's his signature as a fighter, and throughout the match, he was able to do this repeatedly. This is Jorge Linares. We talked about him being kind of a highlight machine. this demonstrates that, because he will often throw punches and bunches, and they're very, very effective. In that case, countering with the right hand as Arakawa threw his left.
Yeah, like I was saying, in a crowd is predominantly Mexican due to the main event. These two guys, a Venezuelan and a Japanese fighter, have put on a performance, the kind of fight that the Mexican crowd can appreciate.
All right, here's Jimmy Lennon Jr. once again. He has the official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dick Houck, scores about 98-92. Judges Tim Cheatham and William Lurch both see the bout 100-90. All three in favor of the winner of the WBC Lightweight World Title Eliminator, El Niño de Oro, Jorge.
His knockout streak may have ended at 3, but Jorge Linares picks up his 5th straight win and becomes the mandatory challenger for Omar Figueroa's WBC lightweight title.
Great performance by him, and he is officially back as a title contender.
And despite his heroic efforts, Nihito Arakawa goes 0 for 2 stateside, losing here tonight via unanimous decision, but he can continue to hold his head high as he is a warrior through and through.
The scoring, of course, by the judges at ringside, a wide margin for Linares, and in our unofficial scoring, we also had a very big margin for Linares. He won virtually every round.
All right, let's go back to BK.
Laurel, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see Arakawa every time out, win or lose. It really doesn't matter. We have some news